What's going on, YouTube? Today, you're getting another First Impressions. Another Apple Arcade game just came out today called Stela. I'm starting you off with some gameplay footage because, as you can see soon, I have no idea what I was supposed to do in this game. As you're watching this, let's go ahead and give you the rundown of what the game's about. Here's a description. Overcome daunting challenges, treacherous terrain, and gargantuan beasts while traversing a decaying land. Manipulate the environment to solve elaborate puzzles and creep past dangerous creatures under cover of muted landscapes, all set to an original soundtrack. Survive sweeping environments, including mysterious towns, haunting forests, and massive subterranean ruins brought to life in an atmospheric experience. Sounds great. I'm all for it. But in order to get me into the game, you need to tell me what to do. Now, this game starts with no title screen, no menu. It took me a while to even figure out how to get to a pause screen or the option screen. It's weird. Usually a game will at least introduce you to some simple controls like how to go left and right, how to jump, if there's a way to manipulate with anything. You don't get any of that here. You just start off in a cave. Pretty soon you learn that going left and right, swiping left and right, rather, will make you move left and right. And at first I thought you tapped the screen to jump. It turns out you swipe this screen to jump. But I had to figure that out on my own. Now, I'm only about a minute in the game and I'm already stuck. Nowhere to go, and the only thing I've figured out so far is how to bring up the pause menu. Let me show you what the pause menu looks like. Now, this is the pause menu. Still not a lot of explanation. This arrow is probably what makes you go back, and this plus sign gives you to your instructions. Please tell me if you can understand what these instructions mean. Now, they really could have made this a little bit more explanatory. After a while, you can kind of figure out, the first one means left and right. The second one is kind of how you jump in each direction for the swipe. But this third one, what is that supposed to mean? I'm going to give you a second to try and guess, because in no way did I think that third one meant you need to use two fingers on the screen in order to push an object. Did you see it? Because I sure couldn't figure it out. And sure enough, the one thing that you had to interact with in that whole first portion was the thing you needed to push. And there was absolutely no way that I would not have figured it out if I had went into the menu and just saw that little icon. That's an important mechanic going into the game. You can't get any further until you realize that you need to push and pull items. Using two fingers on the screen is also how you would pull a lever, which you have to do next. It's also how you would manipulate other objects on the screen. And they don't tell you squat. Now, the game looks beautiful. The game sounds beautiful. And after you figure out these simple controls, then you can actually get into the puzzle-solving aspect of the game. But the game's very dark, so sometimes, especially if you're in very sunny areas, you won't be able to make out anything that's happening unless you have a big iPad screen. I was playing this on my iPhone, and I found outside I couldn't even see what killed me just then. Now, this game just came out, so there are not a lot of reviews so far. But the reviews that have been coming in have been positive and negative. The negative really talking about the controls, and I don't blame them, because it's very hard to figure out. And when you're dealing with all of these games coming in, if you can't figure out the controls, then you're not even going to be engaged very long. After watching this video, I recommend you give it a shot, because I basically told you how to play it, so you're not going to run into the same brick walls that I ran into. But it's really not a good look when you don't include at least a minor tutorial in your games, because a lot of people aren't going to give it the time of day if they get frustrated less than a minute in. that's going to do it for this one. I've got another one that I'm going to review in the next couple days. I was going to contemplate putting them together, but this one has ran long enough already. So till then, I will see you in the next video. Signing out.